All praise to the Most High Living God of Israel. Blessings to the children of Israel that belong to the Most High Living God. All praise. Is good to be back before you. We give Most High all the praise, honor, and the glory. Thank her for allowing me to come back. Uh, like me explained to the family, because I told you me was going away doing some things with the family and some things me wanted to share with them. And we found out we're in like a Faraday cage. The building that we have, it's like a Faraday box, so it's difficult for the internet in here, but we've got some people going to come out. And am I on their Fidge? Is it live? Mm-hmm. Okay, all praise. It's going to come out and do our internet for us. So that's not going to stop the show, though. Prophetess is going to keep on going, going to keep on going, going to keep on coming to you. So we're going to finish up some of this in Daniel, but I'm going to get some good stuff in Daniel, because there's some really good stuff that has only been revealed to the prophetess. And that's what happens when, like I said, everybody has a Bible, and just remember, the way you saw it, the way it was, is not the way it is. And what you've been told, you've been lied to. So we're going to look at some more stuff here, and we're going to recap just a little smidge, not a lot. So in Daniel 1, we found out that the 4 little girls that were taken captive were called boys and men and children and all those different names. So we're going to do a little bit of research, definition, understanding, because see, in hell, things are done here to trick us so that we don't have an understanding. Me actually was looking at some things where some Africans were coming over to America, and they had to go through some type of course explaining to them that when y'all get over here now, the blacks over here is been told certain things. They're different than you. You got a different understanding than them. So they're gonna talk to you differently, because the foolishness that we've taught them and told them, y'all don't know nothing about. Right. See, they don't know nothing about no African Americans in Africa, because see, that's a mixation of 2 nations.
Praise.
And this nation, Levi and Judah and the others that the mother has, are not mixed nations. They are one nation each. Reuben, Simeon, Levi, Judah, Dan, Naphtali, Gad, Asher, Issachar, Zebulun, Joseph, and Benjamin. And even when you get to Joseph and Benjamin got given women from one of the other tribes so that they could have pure blood. And Joseph's sons, one got counted so that he would have a remaining bloodline. So don't add no folks in. Your enemy is your fucking enemy. And I don't care who brings them in the world, they're God's enemy. It doesn't change. And God is not going to leave her people for other people, because you don't know who the fuck nobody is. All praise. He got good. All right. So we're going to look at how finding out that Danielle was a girl. We want to read a little something, since you got that paper there about the frequently asked. So just to show you how over here things are said differently, because in the beginning they were both man. In the beginning they were male and female in one called man. So even if you was talking about a woman back in the beginning, it was still called man. So it didn't change biblically. It only changed when you get over here in the helica to deceive. Oh, praise. Go ahead.
Is this the
The other one. Let's get the one about, you got one about man. We'll get to later.
What are the 4 Hebrew words for man? What is the Hebrew word for man in Genesis 1? Adam. Adham is one of several Hebrew words meaning man, and usually designates man as a species. In Genesis 1:26-27, the word is used to designate the human species, including both male and female. All praise.
All praise. So when you read, which it's not going to happen for you because the Most High is only going to reveal it to her prophet, the one she sends. And yes, prophet and prophetess is the same. And they're 90% and me'll prove it in the word female.
All praise.
Me gonna learn y'all some shit. See, everybody took everything because they knew that's how they could destroy a nation, and turned everything upside down so that you would think everything was man. You wonder, how come God never talks about the women in the Bible? God does talk about the women, but you don't know the names of women. You don't know what lettering in Hebrew goes together to form a woman's name. You don't know that women are called by many things. The righteous spirit. Huh? Righteousness. Holiness. There are many names women are called by, and women are in levels. There's the highest, on down, on down, on down. So you're going to learn a little bit of that. You're going to see here with the prophetess, the book is open. The book has been open, and you're going to see how this book has been open to the prophetess. So we have recapped a little bit about Danielle's girl. You can go down that road again. So that was chapter 1. We're going to just take a little bit out of chapter 2. Let's get started. Chapter 2 of Daniel. Verse 1 says, and in the second year of the reign of Nebuchadnezzar dreamed dreams. So he had many dreams. There's an S on there. He dreamed dreams, wherewith his spirit was troubled. Now, let the rib help you out a little bit here. See, because this is what they've done to us in America. Everybody's got the woo spirit, the peekaboo spirit, the ghost spirit, huh? Everything deals with ghosts and Caspers and devils and this, that, and the other. Well, in the Holy Word, here's two people laying in bed. One's a king and one's a wife, his spirit. He's laying there and he's troubled by these dreams. He's having nightmares. It's really what they were, because the things that the Nebuchadnezzar was seeing were bad things. They weren't good things. And so his spirit was like, damn, boy, wake up. What's wrong with you? She woke him up from his dream. And he called. He called for everybody because the dream left him. We're going to get into all that. But when he says his spirit was troubled, the white man taught y'all his ghost. You know, everyone has a spirit inside of them. Boo. Honey, these Hebrew Israelites have a spirit laying beside them.
All praise.
When they have a woman in their lives. And so his woke him up. Let's go to chapter 2. And we're going to start at verse 1. We already there. Okay. So we're looking at he had these dreams wherewith his spirit was troubled, and his sleep brake from him. When the king commanded to call the magicians and astrologers and the sorcerers and the Chaldeans for to show the king his dream. So they came and stood before the king. And the king said unto them, I have dreamed a dream, and my spirit was troubled to know the dream. Somebody stop right there, motherfucker! You dumb sons of motherfucker! I'm gonna learn you some shit today. I had the dreams and my spirit, I had the dreams and my spirit didn't know what the dream was. If it was inside of me, it knew.
All praise.
But the spirit ain't the ghost. He's telling them, my wife want to know what was wrong with me. What was troubling me so bad? Huh? Oh, I'm going to learn y'all some stuff today. This book been open, and this book's been open to the prophetess that is sent by the Most High living God.
Praise.
And wanted to know the dream. 4 says, then spake the Chaldeans to the king in Cyrus, whatever. O king, live forever. Tell thy servant the dream, and we will show the interpretation. Verse 5 says, and the king answered and said to the Chaldean, the thing is gone from me, nigga. If I could tell the dream, I wouldn't have called your dumb ass in here. I could have just told my spirit what the dream was. But I called for y'all to tell me. If ye will not make known unto me the dream with the interpretations thereof, ye shall be cut in pieces, and your houses shall be made a dunghill. I'll pray. So everybody know the rest of that story, and everybody's running around trying to figure out what's going on. Then somebody comes and tells the king, oh, I know a man. Man, that can tell you your dream, Mr. King. But we're going to go to verse 15, we believe. Verse 15. Let's go to chapter 3. Let's learn a little something else about this story. Let's go to chapter 3. See, this is why it's so good and it's so important for a man to have his wife, a man to have his wisdom, a man to have that woman in his life. Y'all gonna find out up in cheer. If you stay, you can leave if you want to. You might be going a different direction. Stay with the course of the Lord. She's only talking to one. Now, you're going to learn some stuff up here. Whether you can see it or not, you're going to hear it from the prophetess. In verse 15, now if ye be ready, that at what time ye hear the sound of the cornet, the flute, all these things playing, ye fall down and worship the image which I have made well. But if ye worship not, ye shall be cast the same hour into the midst of a burning fiery furnace. And who is that God that shall deliver you out of my hands? So he's telling everybody, Shadrach, Meshach, Abednego, and all them other ones, because they got, Daniel prayed, Daniel didn't care, they do Daniel lines, whatever they do. But these three here, we're going to work with these three sisters right here. So the king done set this thing up where I done had this thing built. You're going to bow down and worship it. My gods are teaching y'all things and telling y'all things. Y'all gonna be obedient to them. But Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego said, no. No, king, no, we're not. And we're gonna go on down here because it's a fiery furnace we won't deal with right now. Shadrach 16. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego answered and said to the king, O Nebuchadnezzar, we are not careful to answer thee in this matter. Now, it's only 2 years that have passed, so these are still children. These still children. 25, 30 years gone by, only 2 years have passed. So these kids are telling him, no, we're not going to do that. We didn't eat your meat. We're still not eating your meat. We ain't drinking your wine. We ain't doing none of this stuff you said. They ain't afraid, okay? It says, 17 says, if it be so, our God whom we serve is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace, and he will deliver us out of thine hand, O king. So to the very moment, they never changed. Stayed the same, right? Never changed. 18 says, but if not, be it known unto thee, O king, that we will not serve thy gods. Okay, me want to, because see, this is a thing that a lot of people have an issue with because a lot of people don't know what that word means. Everybody thinks they know. But Nebuchadnezzar didn't have gods with an S. Nobody ever read where Nebuchadnezzar had gods with an S, like statues built up and all this. But it tells you they're not going to worship his gods. Well, we know that he built a statue. We know for a fact that he built a statue and told everybody to bow down to it. So we're dealing with these young girls saying that they're not going to serve their gods. And when it comes to serving, what does serve mean? What does serve? Somebody get that, because me didn't get that printed out. But me won't see y'all done took serving to the spirituality-ness of the Christianity shit to where you don't even know what a simple thing of serve means. Serving a God. So that means that's an action taking place. You're doing something. Oh, it's when you go do the holy dance. Oh, you be dancing in church and you come every week and you don't miss a class. And that's serving. Oh, that ain't what I heard about serving. What does serve say?
The act of a person or thing that serves a single portion of food or drink.
Every time I go someplace and I'm getting served, it's usually in a restaurant. Keep her going.
People who hold office or perform a duty.
That's the white man's take on it, because ain't nobody serving doing that. You working, motherfucker. Them are goddamn jobs. You don't serve as no president. You don't serve as no attorney. You don't serve. You work and earn an income from it.
A quantity of food suitable for or served to one person.
Serving deals with serving food. So apparently he had a bunch of gods that needed to be served food. Me gonna help y'all on that later on too. But we gonna stay here, right here in Daniel. 18 says, let me finish it up. That we will not serve thy gods, nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up. 19 says, then was Nebuchadnezzar full of fury, and the form of his vesture was changed against Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Therefore he spake and commanded that they should heat the furnace 17 times more than was wrong to be heated. So now the fiery furnace is going to be hotter than snot on a log. Is snot on a log hot? I don't know. I done heard that so much on TikTok. I just want to say it. Snot on a log. All praise. So this is going to be so hot, y'all. I don't know how you make a fire 7 times hotter, but me have tried to make a fire 2 times hotter on my grill to burn up everything, because at one temperature I'm making a mess, but try to get it hotter because you want to cook that frozen food fast. We'll be telling everything. All right. So he made it 7 times. So let's see what 20 says. And he commanded the most mighty men that were in his army to bind Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, and cast them into the burning fiery furnace. Now let me explain something to you, because this is where everybody gets mixed up. When he said to bind them, that meant to take them, grab them by the arms, and bind them tight so they can't get away. What the hell you putting somebody in a fiery furnace and you gonna bind them in all these garments and clothings and cover them? Don't the fuck you want them to burn? Yeah. So you're not putting them in all covered up. They go, whatever they got on is what they got on. That's what they going in. So he meant, I gotta get to see, I don't want the puniest man to come, because these girls they got a God that's out of sight, and they pretty smart. They may get away, so I'm going to get the mightiest men to bind them. Hold them tight. Hold them tight. Because you're going to see what the rib's talking about here in a minute. 21 says, then these men were bound in their And 3 mighty men, and the mightiest men were bound in their coats, their horses, and their hats, and their other garments. So I don't know, I've never worked in one of these places, but if you got a place where they melt glass and make all kind of stuff, it'd be so fucking hot. People have on these mitts on their arm, their heads be all covered up. They sometimes have a thing over their chest, all this kind of stuff. Their neck be covered up, everything, so that they don't get accidentally burned. Okay? So they had all this stuff on, and were cast into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. Therefore, because the king's commandment was urgent. So let's do some math. Not Christian math, because you know Jesus was in the ground 3 days and 3 nights, and that nigga got up in a day and a half. So y'all trying to use Christian math right here, but the real gonna show you Hebrew math, you stupid sons of you-know-whats. 3 little girls, 3 men, 3 men bound up like they was going into a fiery furnace, trying to save their lives. 6 people going inside the fiery furnace. It said, therefore, because the king's commandment was urgent, this 22, and the furnace exceedingly hot, the flames of the fire slew those what? Men! The 3 men that took them children in. Slew them. That took up who? Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. 3 men that took up Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. 23 says, and these 3 men, comma, boom, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego fell down bound into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. And you know how that happened? The 3 men went in holding one of the children, and each of them all fell in. The children were bound with the men, and the men was bound up in all they bullshit. They all fell in. 24 says, then Nebuchadnezzar the king was astonished, and rose up in haste, and spake, and said unto his counselors, did not we cast 3 men bound into the midst of the fire? You did, baby. You cast in 3 men and 3 children. But listen, y'all, he's concerned about these 3 men because something's happening with 3 men inside the fiery furnace. And spake, wait a minute, make sure I'm at the right place. 24. Then Nebuchadnezzar the king was astonished, and rose up in haste, and spake, and said unto the counselors, did not we cast 3 men bound into the midst of the fire? They answered and said unto the king, true, O king. Moving on. Verse 25 says, he answered and said, lo, I see 4 men loose, walking in the midst of the fire, and they have no hurt, and the form of the 4th is like the Son of God. Now let me say this here for y'all a little bit before we move on. When Nebuchadnezzar looked in there and seen them 3 niggas standing up, and he know they should have been burned up, plus the kids too. We ain't talking about the kids yet. We talking about the 3 men. He looked in there and he saw, and this is how me know that these were our people, because they had Judah and they had Israel, and they were all working. They were all working for the king, God's king. When he looked in there and he said, damn, one looks like the Son of God. Christians went berserk on that and said, it's Jesus. It's Jesus. No. He looked. He of the 4th is like the Son of. Who's the Son of God, y'all? Does anybody know who the Son of God is? That's Israel, her firstborn, Jacob. And this man standing in there looked like the Son of God. I know somebody. Somebody with the rim, y'all. Somebody with the rim. If y'all ain't hearing this, we're going to go to 26. Then Nebuchadnezzar came near to the mouth of the burning fiery furnace and spake and said, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, ye servants of the Most High God, come forth and come hither. Now, what me want to tell y'all is this. The 3 men that fell in were killed. They were slain. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego never died. We're talking about 6 people. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, no harm ever came to them. But the 3 men died. And for the king to know, nigga, you messed up. The son that was the Son of God standing in there with him had them 3 dudes standing up saying, nigga, we gonna get you. God gonna get you. He was shocked. I mean, he was shocked. Told them servants of the Most High God, come forth and come hither. And then Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego came forth of the midst of the fire. But the 3 men didn't come out, you notice. The 3 men didn't. They was in there with the son. 27 says, and the princes, governors, and captains, and the king's counselors, being gathered together, saw these men upon whose bodies the fire had no power, nor was an hair of their head singed, neither was their clothes changed, nor the smell of fire had passed on them.
Right.
So they weren't slain, were they? They weren't killed. They weren't burned up.
Like they were never there.
28. Then Nebuchadnezzar spoke and said, Blessed be the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, who have sent his angel and delivered his servants that trusted in him, and have changed the king's word, and yielded their bodies that they might not serve nor worship any God, except their own God. Oh, praise. 29. Therefore, I make a decree that every people, nation, and language which speak anything amiss against the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego shall be cut in pieces, and their houses shall be made a dunghill, because there is no other God that can deliver after this sort. Didn't he say, he said, change my word? He said, what God gonna pull you out my hand? Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego's mine. That's how you got to be. That's how you got to stand firm. Right. These things that you are learning, these things that you are being shown, you stand firm on them. 30 says, Then the king promoted Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego in the province of Babylon. All praise, all praise. The prophetess had to come back with that because we have a lot of misunderstanding of the word of God, because most of you have never heard it in its true form. You've heard it how the animal that took you captive told your men who knew no better how to teach it to you. And all you got to do is dangle a little carrot. You dangle a carrot and they'll do it. So they did it. And that's why men have churches all over the place. Now silly women have churches all over the place as well, telling you things that are not true. You're going to go back over this lesson. You're going to see where there were 7 people inside the fiery furnace. 3 men, Shadrach, Meshach, Abednego, and one like the Son of Man. 7 folks, y'all. 3 of them left standing in the fire with the Son of Man, and 3 of them came out walking on their feet. All praises go up to the Most High living God of Israel. Family, you got to wait on the Lord. You have to be patient. You have to wait until the Lord brings you clear understanding. Now, me was going to do, y'all, the internet in here is cuckoo. But me had,
Oz.
Oz. Let's do Oz. We're going to show you a little something with the A, the AH. And then me is going to show you a little something also. Let me see if I can do it on here. But go ahead, sis, and read that. Let them hear that.
Okay. Why do Hebrew names end in AH? In Hebrew, the AH suffix may connote the feminine form. For instance, one has Sar, S-A-R, meaning Lord, lowercase, Prince, and Sarah, meaning lady, princess. There's also the name Yah or Yahoo, meaning God. This
whom we know as a woman.
All praise. This may be added to the end of names. For instance, the names Isaiah, Jeremiah, Uriah, Zedekiah, and Zephaniah.
Oh, me gonna teach y'all all about them names, and y'all been wondering, where's the women? Don't say nothing about no women. Says a lot about women.
Each feature the suffix IAH, which is translated into English as capital L, lowercase o, lowercase r, lowercase d, Lord.
All praise. All praise. So there you see, we're going to grow and we're going to learn, because y'all going to find out that there's 2 and more of every name in the Old Testament except for Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. All praise. Our God's a good God.
Yes, she is.
Very, 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 very good God. So the prophetess did want to bring a little something to you. If the Most High wants me to, because it needs to be explained. Do you know the story in, is it in Kings or Judges, where the little girl's father was going to kill her?
Yeah.
Okay, would you get me that, please? I'm going to show y'all, I'm going to share a little something with you about a story of a little girl. And everybody thinks they know it. And you do know the story pretty much. It's a pretty simple story.
Judges 11:37.
All right, let's go to Judges 11:37. Judges 11. Now I'm using my little hand phone here that doesn't do very well. 11. And we're going to look at a few of these verses in here, because me don't want anyone. Oh, look what they did. They changed it on me, y'all. I always do King James. They switched it over to
Hey, you want my?
International. No.
You want my?
Oh, no, I got it. All praise. Me have it here. And we're going to look at Japhat. Is it Japhat or whatever his name is? Japhat. All right. And he had a daughter. Only child he had, y'all. And he said some things he shouldn't have said, which made him have to kill his only child. His only child. And we're going to look at, let me see. Let me make sure this is the section, because I need the section where her and her companions go up the mountain.
It's that's 37.
That's 37.
Mm-hmm.
Let me get
37, 38.
I don't know why they have this way. My other phone doesn't do it this way. Hold on, let me try one more thing. Let me try one more thing, y'all, because I can't have no mess. If it's not read right, it ain't right. It's coming from the King James, the only book I read. Huh. Oh, y'all. They done took it. Okay, start there, sis. Me can explain as I don't want to take up too much more
37?
time.
37? Okay.
Oh, I just found it. Go ahead.
And she said unto her father, let this thing be done for me. Let me alone for 2 months, that I may go up and down upon the mountains and bewail my virginity.
I want you to rest right there for a second.
Okay.
Because here's a young girl. And in America, they have told us that this word fellows and companion mean men. Mean men, or little boys have fellow friends and companion. Or companion means wife, lover, or that insignificant person in your life. But the word is not used that way here in scriptures. This young girl is talking about her companions, and she's asking her father, this was a fool, to do something, allow her to do something. So her and her companions are going to go up this mountain because this is a very sad time. This is a very mournful time for this family because the king has to keep his word. The daughter knows the king has to keep his word, but the daughter has never been married, never been with a man. She's a virgin. So her and her companions are going to go up the mountain. Keep going.
I and my fellows.
Stop this shit. Now, if you think her fellows is a bunch of little boys with dinglings going up a mountain, something's wrong with you. This young lady says she was a virgin. So her fellows would have been little girls just like her. And they're going to go up and down this mountain in mourning for her. Why are they mourning for her? Keep on going.
And he said, go. And he sent her away for 2 months.
2 months.
And she went with her companions.
Her companions?
And bewailed her virginity upon the mountain.
What's bewailed? They cried for her. They cried for her because this young lady couldn't even bring children in the world. This is a king's daughter, and she's not even ever going to be able to bring children in the world. Keep going.
And it came to pass, and bewailed her virginity upon the mountains. And it came to pass at the end of 2 months that she returned unto her father, who did with her according to his vow, which he had vowed, and she knew no man.
Stop right there. Huh? She knew no man. That means she wasn't a fucking. Huh? Everybody y'all meet, y'all say's a hoe. Well, this one wasn't no hoe. This one took her companions, her fellows, and went up and down the mountain, wailing and crying. Because one day they were going to lose their friend, somebody they loved dearly, a fellow that they've been friends with. And you know you got to be special to be up there close with the daughter of the king.
Yeah.
They wailed for her and cried for her. Lord have mercy, them fellows. You think it was the little boys crying because they wouldn't be able to have sex with her? That what you think? No, the fellows were her female friends. A king is not going to allow his precious daughter. You got a harem full of women, a king full of women, and you got cut off eunuchs in there protecting them. But yet this young lady got all these fellows. No, these were her girlfriends. Her girlfriends. So if anybody had confusion about the fellows for Daniel, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, them little girls, hopefully this helped you a little bit. Prophetess wants to clear it up and make it very clear. You got a little more, sis?
And it was a custom in Israel.
It was a custom. You better believe it.
Yep.
See, we wasn't in a helicopter. We wasn't doing things as cattle does. We wasn't thinking how cattle things. We weren't trained by those that are not a people according to the holy word.
Mm-hmm.
There was respect for God and women. Oh, y'all gonna learn some shit here, baby. The book's open. The book is open. The prophet is going to tell y'all what thus saith in the book. Now, the family is a little further progressed than you are, and they're going to be even more progressed because the prophet is going to go back and show them some more things. But me is going to try to get as much as me can here for you on YouTube so that you can know that you've been lied to, family. And you got men still lying to you. The prophetess is going to prove to you that there is not a priest that ever worked outside of his office in the priesthood. You got the manager, then you got the other ones up under him, and then you got the Levites. Whatever your job was, whether you was the manager, the high priest, whether you was the head cook, whether you was the sous chef, whether you was the bread maker, as they used to say, candlestick maker, keeping the candles burning. We're going to show it all to you right here on the God Sent Prophetess. They never stepped out of their duty. It is perpetual. You don't have a teaching priest. You don't have a Bible reading priest. A priest's job is given to him from the sons of Aaron at birth. You wait on your priestly job. I'm going to learn y'all something here, because these are things that the prophetess didn't even know until the Most High came and said, now is the time.
All praise.
I'm going to reveal them to you. All praise. So be prepared for me to come back. When I come back, me's going to have a few other things for you to enlighten you and to help you and to show you that they don't know how to read your word, and those that did tricked you to keep you in bondage and to keep you in a situation where you'll never ever learn. Because see, they use the statement, knowledge is power. But how could you ever gain knowledge if you don't know what it says? How could you ever gain power if you don't know what the book and the knowledge in the book is saying? So all praises go up to the Most High Living God of Israel. We're going to end here. Thank you all for coming. We're trying to keep the classes a little shorter because they're going to get a little bit longer when the sun starts to set different here in Egypt. So we love you. Give the Most High all the praise. Thank you for attending. Shalom, family. Happy Sabbath. Enjoy your rest.